So Smurf, Hancho lah, our any hopes of getting silverware basically all gone already. So now the funny thing is, one of the main person that getting all this kind of heat is actually Ralph Rangnick. Okay, which brings us to the topic that we are both going to discuss today, the Manchester United manager talk lah. All right, so what do you think about this Ralph Rangnick's, how to say, his performance as a manager so far coming into Manchester United?
I think so far what he has lost 2 games, one to Wolves and the other one is basically to Middlesbrough on penalties. Okay, unfortunately the young lad Elanga took the final kick and he blasted it over. Well, back to Ralph Rangnick. I think somehow, okay, we always talk about world-class managers, Dom. We always talk about world-class managers. I mean, we do know that Jose Mourinho was a world-class manager. He came into Manchester United. I mean, he did, for me, he did decently okay. And a lot of people actually pinpointed him towards the end of his tenure in Manchester United that he was toxic, he was the virus and stuff like that. But I mean, it carried on. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had a fantastic start, put it that way, as a manager in United, and it somehow actually ended up almost like Jose Mourinho, if you ask me, in the sense that he was also thrown under the bus by some players or maybe a lot of players in the dressing room. I mean, I do not know. But looking at Ralph Rangnick now, I feel that at the start he did decently well. But there are, what I understand is there is a little bit of disharmony in the dressing room. I mean, there are players who dislike his ways. There are players who like and basically praise him in a matter of fact. But my concern is, will the players throw him under the bus? What do you think, Dom?
Players throwing him under the bus is, I think, right, with the current crop of players that we have, they are all manja pots. This is what you always call them, bloody manja pots. I think if, like, okay, you say going back to Jose Mourinho, if why the reason we appoint Jose Mourinho is because of his ability to win trophies and whatnot. Okay, and Ole come in because he's a club legend. We are trying to use like certain, how to say, unique characteristics, proven characteristics of that particular manager. Okay, in this case for Ralph Rangnick, right, coming in right now, he's facing a lot of issues that I think initially he didn't expect. Okay, Ralph Rangnick, why I think like we fans, we wanted, I mean, looking forward for him to be the interim manager. Okay, his ability to analyze tactics. We saw, you know, the YouTube videos he explaining every single thing. And then another thing that we are very, very excited about is actually his signings and stuff. Okay, his ability to scout, how to say, talented players at a relatively cheap price, and those low profile players. No, meaning low profile, meaning what? That means they got no attitude problem because they don't have the money yet, okay, pretty much. They are getting paid. I mean, okay lah, but then they are not like, for example, Pogba or, you know, Martial or whoever it is high. meaning they don't come with the ego and stuff. Our players, right, they are all highly paid. Okay, they are not performing, and then it comes over time, right? They become complacent. Okay, they take everything for granted and whatnot, and all this kind of pattern will come out. So I'm really not surprised that actually this kind of stuff is all going on. So which brings me like to the question that I asked you just now. Like, I really think, right, whatever Ralph Rangnick, his ability just say is 100%. What we are seeing now is maybe just 15% of 20% only, because he need to use his resources, his energy to go and settle all this kind of crap happening in the background. You know, like you always say, like the manja pots, and then bear in mind, your favorite, the owners, man, the board.
No, exactly. I was just about to say, it's not just the players, basically. I mean, look at what happened to the Lingard transfer saga that he was supposed to go on loan. Exactly. Just take a look at that. And what happened at the end? I mean, Ralph actually came out and said that, okay, Lingard, you can make a move. You can go. You got my blessings for a loan and so forth. And at the end of the day, what actually happened? I mean, I look at it in the sense that the board overrided him. I mean, if this could happen now, I mean, this is something that is so obvious, and this could happen now, and we as fans, we are able to see and understand the situation. I mean, what more when he is basically going up to being a consultant of the club? I mean, next question, Dom, I would like to ask you, when they say consultant of Manchester United, because he's just going to be the manager for 6 months, I mean, what consultancy that he can actually give the club? I mean, he can give you all the points A to Z. I mean, he have did it in Leipzig and so forth. Yeah. But you look at it now, you can give me all the consultations you want, but if I, as the board, I'm not going to listen to you, what's the good use of you?
Exactly. Okay, which brings me. Okay, the question, right? The one that you're throwing at me. Okay, we put it into two situations, lah. Okay, for example, one team is a how to say, managed team. Not say managed team, a proper team, lah, with proper owners, proper players, proper manager going in as a manager. Okay, versus Manchester United. Okay, if it's a proper run club, right? I think his job scope, right, would be pretty much simple. I mean, he has to do the job of scouting or whatever and advising and whatnot, but it'll be very simple because what he wants, they can get. Okay, maybe this price of this particular player is not, it's too expensive. Okay, we go for something like this, something like this. He has options. He'll be listened to. Okay, whereas Manchester United now, when you talk about the consultancy role, right? Up front, I tell you lah, bro, he's gonna be a bloody puppet only lah. I mean, as much as I love his talks, his in a press conference, right? This is not he wanting to be a puppet, but then this is what the owners, they actually plan to implant someone to be just merely a puppet. Like you mentioned, the bloody Lingard thing, not only once, he got turned down twice, as in he actually allowed Lingard to go, even on final transfer day, right? He allowed Lingard to go two times, and then this is before and after the Mason Greenwood situation. And then I'm sure we are all very aware of the Mason Greenwood situation. And from that, they can actually cut him off and then or say, oh, we are not going to sell, we're not going to loan the player or sell the player. And then the funny thing is, remember, I mean, the Middlesbrough game, one of the reasons why Ralph Rangnick cannot really do much, his hands tied behind his back, because our bench was very shallow. Lingard was not in the bench. And who was the one who gave Lingard the approval to go and have a few days off? Lingard came out and said that no, he didn't. He wanted to stay. We found out it was actually that Murtaugh guy. He was the guy. I mean, dude, if like just say, right, I'm the boss, I'm the CEO of the company, you are maybe an investor or whatnot. If the bloody investor can tell you, hey, dude, this guy, you give him off 3 days. If he can actually do that, then what the hell am I doing? Why should I be the CEO? You understand what I mean?
This boils down to the next question, in the sense that why give Ralph Rangnick a consultancy role, basically, but I don't think so anybody's going to listen to him. I mean, put it this way, lah, Dom. Before this, we had our Woody Woodward, who was a yes man to, I'm sorry, I hated this guy. He was a yes man to the Glazers, and a lot of people, some of my friends, some fans, even opposition fans, they come and tell me, okay, Woodward is good at what he does, which is making money. Yes. He's good at what he does in making money. He is good to the owners, because all the owner care about is every annual, at the end of every financial annual term, they want to see their dividends. They want to take higher dividends and higher dividends year by year. As simple as that. And Woodward is the man to deliver that. Okay. And of course, by doing so, he's not going to please the manager. He's not going to please the fans. And the next thing is, now he has resigned. He is gone. Thank God. But not so thank God, because he's named another bloody accountant. Another bloody accountant in that role. Exactly. And that Richard Arnold is basically an accountant. He's basically a business-minded man. He has no sense of football at all. Yes, I would appreciate if Arnold would actually just do the finance part or the business part for Manchester United, but do not get involved in running the cup day-to-day basis. I think that would actually be suited for Ralph Rangnick at the end of the day. But knowing Manchester United current owners, I think this is just not going to happen. This is just not going to happen, sadly.